While you're speaking about CMRA, I had some questions on that. I noticed that there's a reduction of $250,000 in startup costs. Can you tell me the status of this? I mean, it's the newest quasi-public, and given some of the rocky situations we've had with quasis in the past year or so, I wanted to find out where we are status-wise on this, whether or not the board appointments have been made, and if this cost is removed, where the startup costs might be coming from.
I'm Jeffrey Beckham, Undersecretary for Legislative Affairs, Office of Policy Management.
Legislation that set up a new municipal redevelopment authority put them within CRDA for administrative purposes, at least at the outset, until they get stood up. As yet, a board hasn't been established or an executive director hired. That matter is under review with CRDA.
Okay, because I was involved with, this came through planning and development last year, and I understand the board appointments were supposed to be made by December 1st.
They have not all been
statute.
made. We are still working with CRDA to properly stand up that new agency.
Okay, I know the governor had proposed $45 million in bonding for the agency or for the quasi-public. Is that for some method of startup costs? And I do know that the organization does have the ability to do its own bonding. Could you just give me some background on that?
Well, until we stand up the board and get it going forward, we're not really in a position to answer questions like that, particularly in terms of what bonding might be made available. We have a bond bill we have to do for the biennium yet. A lot of discussions that have to happen before I can give you any kind of a detail on that.
So please tell me, when you expect to have the board to be set up. I mean, if the governor's talking about $45 million in bonding, there's got to be some anticipation of this starting at some point or another.
I would anticipate sometime this fiscal year we would move to finalize that new authority. We have to work that out with CRDA, and there's a lot of discussions underway still.
Okay, and I said I know that the authority has as being a quasi, does have the ability to do bonding by itself. You have no sense of what some of the startup costs may be that may have to come out of OPM budget?
Well, they wouldn't come out of the OPM budget per se. I think the model for this.
Well, it actually started out in the OPM budget. You're showing a reduction here of $250,000. That's why I'm asking that question.
Okay. The model for that authority is the existing CRDA. We are working with the CRDA to see how the best way forward for MRDA, and that's all I have for you at this time.
Okay. Well, there's an awful lot of questions that remain open on this, and I'm hoping you'll be able to update this committee as we go forward on it.